I've always believed that you should never, ever give up, and you should always keep fighting even when there's only a slightest chance. Sometimes minor details can have a huge impact. If you don't devote 100% of your efforts to every detail, you immediately run into difficulties. Never think that success is down to your own performance alone. If you start listening only to yourself, you take the first step back towards the bottom. The flowers of victory belong in many vases. When you start out in a team, you have to get the teamwork going, and then you get something back. You try to hide your emotions, so as not to show weaknesses to others. I believe it's the same for every sportsman. If you do things to the limit, and don't purposely go over that limit, then I think it's fine to do whatever you want. So long as you enjoy it. That's what's important. I just want to be known as a very normal person and be treated as that, and be able to walk down the street like anyone else. Technology has certainly reduced performance differences among drivers. Whereas a talented driver could get a half-second out of every lap in the past, nowadays talent makes up for only about 1 or 2/10 of a second. But the driver is still the key factor. My kids are not known, and I think that is very important. So far they have lived a normal life, and will continue to do so. I feel they should have the possibility to live a free life without the burden of fame I have created. Psychologically speaking, it's very important to be in good shape. I work in a sport that requires you to react quickly and be in excellent shape. Besides, things don't get easier as you get older. Those who have come into Formula One without experiencing cars devoid of electronic aids will find it tough. To control 800 horsepower relying just on arm muscles and foot sensitivity can turn out to be a dangerous exercise. Once something is a passion, the motivation is there. I'm not very comfortable with what people sometimes say or think about me, things I don't feel responsible for. I like to share my life, and spend time with someone I love. That has worked 100% with my wife. I know what I am, and what I have to do in my profession, so I can handle the pressure. It's the way I think. You win a race, the next race it's a question mark. Are you still the best or not? That's what is funny. But that's what is interesting. And that's what is challenging. You have to prove yourself every time. Your ups and downs in sports, I think they are as normal as daily life. One day you wake up and feel great, the next day you wake up and feel maybe less great. I have what you might call the South Pole and the North Pole. I have my team and my work, which I do on one side, and I have my family and my home on the other side. Both have nothing really to do with each other. I don't feel like promising big things to my fans. I'm not thinking about victory at all. I'll do my best to get on the podium at least, although I must admit I feel fairly pessimistic. I retired simply because I didn't have the passion and motivation anymore. I was tired. At the time I thought, well, I had a great time. There is the end. At some moment, there is the right time to call it an end.